Hello everyone. Today we are going to be talking about what you need to know about TikTok. TikTok is a social media app widely used through the age range of 15 anywhere to 40 or 50. It can be used by anyone of any age, but it is predominantly used by the younger generation. This app has been one of the most popular apps since it came out. It started off as Musically, where Alex Zhu and Liu Yang created Musically, and Zhang Yiming created TikTok through a company called ByteDance. TikTok took over in September of 2016, who launched an app that allowed users to make the short videos similar to Musically. Musically was mostly music videos. They were predominantly made by young teenagers. Most people haven't even heard of it before if you ask anyone in this generation. Some huge stars that are very famous now started on Musically, like Jason Derulo. He has many hits that the entire population would know, and he had started and made his way to the top through Musically. So Musically started as an idea more as for an education app, but that failed drastically. And with 8% of the money left from their failed education app, they made Musically, and it turned into something that was widely used. The idea of Musically came from Zhu was watching a group of teenagers on a train listening to music, taking selfies, and doing many of the things that every teenager does. And it was a slow growth, but it got there. And he just loved the idea of how these so teenagers were so caught up in the moment, and they were so effortlessly having this fun throughout the act of listening to music and taking selfies. And he thought, why not make something great of this? In 2018, Musically gave up the platform to TikTok. Now, TikTok is an app originated in China, and many countries have gone through the procedure of banning this app due to many things, like this app was used to spread pornography. But similar to many other apps that have started this way, such as Snapchat, it eventually took off, and straight away from that point, there's still, as there always will be, certain aspects that still show some adultery and things like that. But there are a lot of restrictions now that prohibit that from being released, especially on an app directed towards the younger generation. And the app started off only released in China, and it was called Douyin. I don't know if I'm butchering that. But then it got switched to TikTok, and it was released in the US and many other countries. And it's all done by Zhang Yiming. So TikTok's logo and its tagline. Its tagline is something interesting, which I've never even heard of prior to it, because I guess I've never seen an advertisement for TikTok, like in a commercial or anything like that. However, their tagline is real people, real videos. Because just as Musically was, it's all real people and real videos that are shot. Um, for the most part, there are certain aspects that are created through AI now, and many other different forms of things aside from the quote unquote real people. And there's always fake accounts. However, that is their tagline. The icon comes from when it started in China. It was called Douyin, as I mentioned earlier. So it resembles a D for the Douyin. Um, and it's supposed to look like a musical note. In Chinese, Douyin means vibrating sound, hence why the label looks like the blue and red psychedelic look. The designer was inspired at a concert. He wanted to create a vision of the excitement of a live concert, and in my opinion, he did very well through expressing that through this logo because when you look at this, you think of live music or at least some form of music that's vibrating through and is just booming the station. And this is exactly how TikTok is. It booms the entire world through that. TikTok has many different features, but a huge thing I've seen people do with the app is spread political awareness. Like, for an example, Black Lives Matter largely originated from TikTok spreading awareness to everyone. And as I do my everyday scrolling through this app, I always see women advocating for other women, like feminists, um, starting these movements just casually through videos on their phone, which is so amazing that we are able to do that through this app. And I think, again, this is one of the best features of TikTok because you can make such a big difference through this minute long video or whatever long video that it is. Another thing that I think is really interesting to see that people do is they partner with influencers or even celebrities sometimes. So many people got a chance to interact or, as I said, even partner with many of those influencers. And sometimes they make these huge breaks for people. Um, the most recent one I can think of is Russ. He makes music and he's been making music for a long time. So Russ came out with a song and it's called Handsomer. And this song went viral on TikTok and everyone knew of this song and everyone was listening to the song. And he created a video that said, "Hey, I made the song, now here's an instrumental, go ahead and make a remix to it." And so many TikTok influencers or even just regular people made these like remix versions of his song, and one of them actually got her big break through the release of this remix of his song Handsomer. And it was her name was Caitlin, and she just made a huge break from this remix where she rapped a song, and everyone knows this. Everyone knows her voice, everyone knows her now, so it gives people such a strong platform to stand on. Just like many other social media apps, one of the main and best feature of TikTok is trends. You get to keep up with trends. Trend keeps you in the loop. It keeps the algorithm flowing smoothly and make sure that everything you see is directed to you. So this relates to both of the other features. Like it helps brands and helps keep everyone in the loop. As I said, it can promote, it can just uplift everything through these trends. It'll help you enjoy and the viewers and the consumers enjoy the aroma and the presence of TikTok and these trends that they're seeing throughout their everyday life. So it's like connecting with each other's interests. It's anything from shopping to food to politics to relationship advice. I mean, it's all about these trends and connections, and whatever's trending right now, you will know about it if you are active on social media. This is according to the website Business of Apps. TikTok had generated 4.6 billion revenue in the year of 2021. And in the year of 2022, TikTok then generated $11 billion to the revenue in 2022. The revenue this year's are set to hit 18.4 billion. Literally, that's a 55% increase just from 2022. And originally, there were there was about 8 billion invested into ByteDance, TikTok's parenting company. This is a really fun fact for the finance portion of this. TikTok's brand value is currently 66 billion US dollars. It is one of the most trending social media apps out there right now. Some of the pros and cons of TikTok. It's a great app, but every app has its pros and cons. So for the pros, I think the first one is it is one of the absolute best apps to promote on, and people of all ages use it. The videos are short enough to hold someone's attention. I think that just that alone makes such a big difference. Like having those videos be so short that they can still spread the message, however they can keep someone's attention. Because honestly, like when I'm scrolling through TikTok, I hate when videos are more than like 30 seconds to a minute long, because I feel a minute's my cutoff. If not, I don't want to sit there for the whole time and like listen to it. And if it is, it has to have a great introduction. So having that short but sweet like intro or whatever it is, just enough to hold someone's attention and get your point across, makes it one of the best apps and platforms to promote on. So the second pro is it really is the best at personalizing your For You page. Just as Instagram, but the thing is with TikTok, it really posts things that are relevant to you through using something called machine learning. On my For You page, it really is what's based on stuff that I like. For an example, I love organization videos, and it shows me these organization videos. It shows me these words of inspiration because these are all things that I have either looked up in the past or just things that my For You page just knows that I want to hear and I want to see. And that's what makes it so much more addicting, is it just keeps on coming with content that is literally based on what you like, and it's so personalized. Um, and on that, the last thing for my pro would be that TikTok has content for people of all ages. Like the videos range, as I said, from anything like cleaning to lip syncing, puppies, maternal tips, car or mechanic videos, and just so much more. And it has content for literally everyone. It has content for different cultures, it has content for different genders, different religious groups, different political groups. There's just like an endless variety of content that can be based on anyone from any age. They have learning videos that you can look up for toddlers or at least tips. They have just anything, cooking videos. It's there's no limit to what it has for pros. As for the cons, I think one of the main cons of TikTok is it is extremely time consuming. It is one of those apps that you really find yourself just getting stuck in. Um, in the chapter, I think it was chapter 9, we talked about sticky social media. And this is the best example I could think of for social media. It just really glues you in and you cannot get off of it for hours. And it can be, going on to the next con, it can be very, very distracting to from real life, just having that time consuming app. Like you're just always on it, so it can very well distract you from real life and going out and doing anything because you are glued to this addicting app. And then there is a lot of negative content that spreads. Um, that varies from anything from harsh rumors, promoting things like body shaming, eating disorders, and it's just like negative comparisons. But that is something that is harder to find when your For You page is personalized for you. But it's definitely out there, whether that's through videos, comments, or anything like that, as any social media app would have. And then the final con is there's a lot of, as mentioned previously, there is a lot of adult content, especially because there's a huge variety of minors and young children. It's not as accepted for this form of adult content to be on there without an age warning or anything like that. Now, many content creators do create a warning that says 18 plus or whatever it needs to be. However, there are some that don't, and it can end up on your child's For You page or something that you don't want. So TikTok's trends and best practices. I think some of the best practices are, first of all, frequently posting. That's just, not only is it like posting every day, but also keeping up with some type of like trend almost. That's like if you are posting a vlog style video, try and keep your videos based around vlog style videos. If you're posting hauls, like shopping hauls, then keep your videos based around shopping hauls. If you're makeup, it just try and have something that you are known for and keep up with your post as frequently as possible, because that will help you get onto the algorithm and onto people's For You pages. And on that note, use hashtags. So if you are posting about a makeup tutorial, use the hashtag makeup, use the hashtag L'Oreal or whatever makeup product you're using, because this, it also helped direct people to what they want to see. People who want to see a makeup tutorial are going to look up hashtag makeup tutorial or just makeup tutorial, and it's going to pop up because you have that hashtag on there. And that makes such a huge difference on how successful your posts will be. Finally, but definitely not least important, it's engagement. Being able to engage with your followers, engage with creators, partner, and do all of these things. You can respond to comments and ask questions so that you know your followers are interacting with you. They know you exist. They are excited to answer these questions. This will make such a big difference in boosting your posts, just engaging with other TikTok users. So, some of the best practices, as I mentioned, similar to what I said about hashtags, um, not only keep up and post what's trending, but yeah, use those hashtags and make sure those hashtags are trending. And then another best practice that I feel like isn't as commonly known is to be using vertical videos. Ensure your videos are upright, because TikTok's like flow is all upright videos. You are scrolling up and down. So no one really wants to turn their phone where they don't have to. So keep your videos vertical, and that will make a big difference in who wants to watch your videos. Because sometimes when you see a horizontal video and you have to read it, if it's Word, you just don't want to turn your phone to the side. I mean, it's something that's kind of lazy, but it's true. A lot of us would not want to do that when you are just going easily, just scrolling through your phone. Another thing is create shorter videos. It holds people's attention easier, and the shorter your video is, the more replays it gets. And through these replays, you will get boosted on the algorithms, and you will be able to keep on going up and up and up because you have so many views on this post. That is what I have summed up for my background on TikTok. There's so much to learn about it, and I think it was such an interesting thing to learn about all of these things, because TikTok is something that we all use now, and to learn all these tips and tricks and background that I've never heard of, and I'm sure you've never heard of before, was just very informative. So, my question that I'll leave you with is, will you be looking at TikTok differently and using these tips and tricks? Because I know I will. Thank you for watching my video. Have a good day.